So
It's 6.
it's 6.
On Chrome,
All right,
I'm at a meeting, I have to
we'll wait
go.
2 seconds and then we'll call the meeting to order.
Okay, all right,
You with us, Patrick?
I am.
All right, let's call the meeting to order. Very good. Glad you could make it. Let's have a roll call. I'm Dave Hurd.
Sam Corbett?
Pat Lester?
Sherby Worthen. Sandy Slavin.
Very good. Got that.
I make a motion, we approve the May 8th, 2024 minutes as presented.
Second.
All right, does anyone, the minutes were sent out to everybody. Does anyone need to have them read to us?
No,
I'm good.
I read them.
They were short.
They were short.
Okay, they do not need to be read. So all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, so we will accept the meeting minutes. Very good. All right, and any recent CBC payments?
Yes. We got, watch me not find them. Bike path. We got an invoice for JC Engineering for bike path engineering for $34,000.
Wow,
And the note, now that they have the contract signed, it's 34,717.50,
all right,
which means there was an outstanding invoice from last year for 23,000. They hadn't been paid because the contract hadn't been extended. Well, the contract has been extended, and the note from JC Engineering. This is now 100% of this contract has been billed. So the total contract was 115,725. $115,725,000 was the contract for JC Engineering to do the surveying and the engineering work for the bike path. And if that, I will get a confirmation from Mr. Sullivan. If that is the case, then the balance of the 200,000 can be returned. But I would like to have a confirmation from Mr. Sullivan that that's it.
yes.
But it looks like that was, that completes that very long outstanding, God, since,
Who receives the work product?
I would tend to think the town.
But you know, who in the town, is it the administrator, town administrator receive it?
He has to go someplace. I don't know if it goes to municipal maintenance. I would tend to think it would go to Mr. Sullivan, and then he says who it goes to. I would expect it go to municipal maintenance, since it's an engineering plan
Okay,
for Narrows and Minot.
But we're getting, CPC receives 200,000 back that hasn't been used, right?
Of the
No.
balance, the grant was for 200,000. Whatever balance is remaining will come back.
So it
Okay.
looks like it's gonna be 115,000 that was spent.
Yes.
So,
Right, okay.
But I
the
need to
balance.
confirm that Mr. Sullivan's, I don't know whether or not there's other engineering components that are yet to be invoiced.
right, there
But,
may be some,
Yeah, there might be some, but right now JC Engineering is complete.
good,
Does this mean the bike path will continue, or we don't know?
I can't, that's outside of me,
that's,
because the next issue now with the bike path are the takings, and who's gonna pay for those?
right,
Because they have to take along the road in order to expand the bike path.
Takings, that's what they're called, huh?
Well, they're gonna take your property,
Yeah,
Yeah.
takings.
some part of it.
yes.
yeah.
I would assume that the JC's, the engineering study just will tell us if it's feasible from a technical engineering perspective.
The plan is there, the question is,
Yeah,
how
Can
about
they
the
get the
the
takings?
state will be paying the cost of that bike path, and every year it's gone up and up and up, and it's just, I'm sorry, but that's a lot of money
Sad.
for a very short bike path.
It is.
But to me, I don't think they're gonna do anything until we find out what happens at Depot
Yeah.
and Onset. That
Right.
roundabout,
Right.
to me, should be done before they took anything into a bike path, because
Right.
it's gonna go into that intersection.
Right,
And I haven't heard anything about where that stands.
Well, the Bike Path Committee was dissolved at one point.
They tried to
Yeah.
start it up again and no one signed up for it.
Exactly, that's just what I was gonna say.
yep. All right, anything else?
I have nothing else. I mean, last time we were here, we talked about the 55,000 for the agawam. Now, what bothers me is Politis says that he needs the money ASAP, but he's made no effort to get us the funds he needs for the delivery of the 2 modular units. I mean, we can't very well go to county and ask to pay money when we don't know what it is or
No.
whatever, but he said he needed it. And there's been nothing forthcoming.
All right,
But I think that was the last invoice we paid was, his 55,000 and the JC Engineering. There's been nothing else in our box.
okay. All right, good. Our membership right now, let's see, Historic Commission. Do we have anyone nominated from Historic Commission?
I've seen nothing. Didn't he talk about Bob Blair, but he hasn't showed up?
Right,
Now,
He was here once.
Yeah, but
That
he-
was the first and only, right?
mm. But I haven't seen anything indicating they voted on making him our representative. Now, Conservation at our last meeting voted my reappointment to CPC, and that's been forwarded to the selectmen.
good.
Open Space will have on its agenda in June to reappoint Patrick as our representative, but until that's formed, I can't send it off to the selectmen. But, Sam, you're gonna have to get, planning to put it on their agenda to appoint you as our representative if you want to continue.
And we'd like to have you continue.
Yeah, Mike hasn't been here for a couple of weeks, so it's been a little hectic.
All
And
right.
Josh has just been appointed to a permanent position. And Ken obviously was not here. Our associate was not, left us.
All right,
So we've been a little confusing, but I'll get it
Well,
on.
please,
Yeah.
at least sometime, it has to be one of the June meetings,
Mhm.
because you expire at the end of June.
I know,
And we have
Please
to
don't.
have that person from Housing Authority. We have to see the formal
Yeah.
letter. The vote was to appoint him on us. I haven't seen that come to the selectmen yet. So we don't have anybody formally from Housing, and we don't have anybody formally from, Historic Commission.
right.
So Sandy, basically you're done, you're confirmed by the selectmen?
No, I've not been
Not
confirmed.
yet,
Selectmen do not confirm us.
I mean, to what it was.
Our appointing boards, committees, commissions vote us on.
Okay,
They can ratify, but they can't stop the appointment.
Okay,
alright, so.
That's my
so the-
understanding,
So the
so-
selectmen don't really have a major role here, it's just.
No,
it's
they
the
just,
committees,
they have to
ratify.
stamp it, rubber stamp it, whatever, you want,
Okay.
ratify it, but it is up to our home committees to vote us onto this.
out of this,
does it go to the appointing authority?
No,
No?
nope,
Okay,
it is totally up to open space,
open
planning,
committees. Mhm.
affordable, housing authority, historic commission and conservation. All those 5,
planning.
Now, the at-large
said
is,
planning.
refresh me, it's Dave,
and you.
Yes.
me, we still have an open at-large.
No, you only have 2.
We only have 2 now.
Remember, we came down from,
Yeah,
we came
because
down
we
to
had a larger committee
We
initially.
couldn't get 9, so we came down to 7, and 5 of us are all defined as coming from specific locations, so we only have 2 at large.
Okay, cause I was going to say maybe we could get a high school senior engaged in what we do and,
They can attend the
Learn.
meetings, they can
They can
attend the
attend the
meetings.
Yes,
but it might be nice at some point if we ever have an opening to get some different perspectives. I'm jumping to another subject, but that was just something that's
Yeah,
No, that
crossed
would
my
be-
mind. We just had a young man run for selectman and
Right.
just seems this is their town, they're gonna be here when some of us aren't.
So Jared's gonna stay involved. He's mentioned a couple of committees he's
Yes.
interested in joining.
Planning and, was he, I forgot.
He wants to go to the library board of trustees. He's approached them on
Oh,
that.
good, okay. Well,
He's a
that's
good
good.
guy. I mean,
Yeah.
we saw him out on the trail. He's a pretty good guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
as long
good.
as he doesn't, get discouraged, or he's gonna keep.
Right.
He did some legwork out there as opposed to other people who did nothing
He
at all.
did nothing.
Yeah, I spent quite a, I
That's
probably
what it
spent
sounds.
Yeah.
20 minutes talking to him at Shaw's.
That's where
You
he
know,
seems to have had an impact, as
Yeah.
a number of people said they met him at shows.
Yep.
She worked real hard. So did Sherry.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Yep. All right.
Which is great.
Discuss methods to increase community preservation applications.
I've talked to 3 different people, two committees and a individual I met at a meeting, said they were interested in doing some things, and, you get a, I'll be there, but they're not.
And they're not here.
They
Yep.
haven't brought in their ideas.
Yeah, I met with Elise, to try to get something going. She had a lot of things, a lot of irons in the fire, but nothing that you can bring forward at this point. And she's stepping down, she's
Yep.
taking another position.
And
Oh.
Wareham Land Trust?
yeah.
It's going
She
to
sent
Williams
it-
College.
Oh, you didn't see the letter?
I
I'll
didn't
find
read
it.
it, I think I saw.
No, she says I'm leaving for Wellesley?
No, it's Williams College.
Williams
Williams
College,
Yeah,
to manage their forest.
right.
Yes.
Oh,
So there's great
Comes
Her-
free with the
her
house,
alma
we found out.
Really?
good for
Yeah.
her.
Wow.
Oh.
A
That's
forester's house,
Our loss, huh?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
yeah.
But-
Anne's a Williams grad, so,
Yeah,
Yeah.
she says my alma mater.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
So I've been trying,
So,
and
Good.
she maybe last night tried, gave it her best in front of the selectmen.
I'm trying to put the word out there that July 9th is coming up, and that's our deadline for October. I've sent an email to various entities at the Damien's community garden. The money is available for them. They want a permanent fence, we'll come to CBC and get you $25,000 for a fence. We've got the money. I know of 2 affordable housing projects that are coming along. They should be coming to us for funds. I'm not sure they got all of their ducks in a row yet to say how much they really need. I think they're working on it. The Everett School on Gibbs Ave will be modified for some housing, but there's a lot of land there. I think they're looking at 24 or 27 units
Oh,
at
really?
that 15
cool.
Gibbs Ave.
Because there are 2 lots there.
Well,
That's
there's a lot of land.
Mhm.
Now, the question is, will there be an issue of their access onto Gibbs Ave as to whether or not that might hold it up?
does that land push back beyond the parking lot? into
Yeah,
the-
Yes.
it is a large lot. It is a substantial piece of
Because
land.
the grass next to it on the left is all
Right.
belongs to that piece.
Oh, it does?
Yeah,
So I was just thinking that they would need to, for housing, they would need to retain a lot of that parking lot.
Well, I don't know this to be a
Right.
fact, but the piece to the left is a separate piece. So they would be allowed at least 1 curb cut.
mhm.
So you can have it in
Right.
and out.
Yeah, they're planning, yeah, well, anyway, that's, as far as I'm aware, that they've come before Affordable Housing Trust to discuss a letter of support for that project. There is also a small project going down at Depot for a couple
Another
more
housing.
housing units where he's recently built some, I think.
He's
He's got-
before us
He's
already.
got 6, right? His
Well,
initial is
that
6.
6 Chapel Lane is well on its way.
Right,
yeah.
And we
Right.
have CPA funding for that, but
Right.
there's another project across the street where he has land that he's talking about, several
Is it
more.
Bill as well?
Hmm?
Is it Bill as well? Same person?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Not Depot, not the
Well, he-
Depot, the affordable Depot, this is Depot up the street,
Up the street,
yeah.
Yes.
What's the side road
We
that
have
comes,
funded
what's the
the
side
other.
road that comes in?
Well, there's two, there's
So
Knowles,
No,
and the one that cuts,
There's
It cuts-
Chapel Lane and,
Municipal.
excuse me, I do have to take this.
all right.
so any, people are trying, again,
Come up
I've
with
met
stuff.
with people and trying to get them,
Hi.
and they all say, well, great, go online, find out how to do it, fill it out, come before us. All the information's there. Elise is working on certain things, but doesn't have anything coming forward at this time. Now that she's leaving, I'm not sure what's gonna happen there. But everybody says yes, and
Well-
there's nobody here.
Nobody here.
What about Kathy and Nancy? Has anyone talked to them? Elise leaving? I mean,
I have not talked to them, I missed the last work party.
sounds like Elise has got other things on her mind now.
She's leaving in June,
Yeah,
so
so-
it's a month
Go
away.
back to the old guard and just say,
Right.
where are you?
I see them every week.
Yeah, and then,
She has, Elise has a bunch of things that she was doing for the open space plan. She was pulling down all of the technical maps from Mass GIS for me. So
Oh,
Hmm.
she is an expert at that, so.
She's very knowledgeable, very
She's
nice, she did a lot of good work.
too bad.
She's gonna be
Sure.
missed, but she moved on and good for her.
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Sure.
Yeah,
Wait till Sandy gets back. What about doing, we've talked about it, and we've done it a while back, doing an informational piece in Wareham Week. Telling them
Sounds
how
like it's
easy it is
time,
to do,
doesn't it?
it's all online, gives you directions on exactly what to do, what applies. So Sandy, I was just bringing up maybe doing a piece in Wareham Week, explaining who we are, what we do. I know we've done many things in the past, but, I told this one woman, I said, we have the money,
Yeah.
it's available,
Yes.
go online, tells you everything to do, come before us, and,
Will they get scared if they read what's online, because maybe we need to say, even if you have questions, don't feel you have to answer every
Yeah.
dotted T.
well, just something that makes it sound easy, because it's not that hard to do.
No, I mean, look how many projects. have
My
done.
Right.
email to Damien's, I'm here to help you through I will help you with the grant request.
Yeah,
Not a word back.
right.
so.
And I
is
even reach
Rhonda
out
the person?
to somebody I know at the garden club whose nephew's involved. Will you let Nick know I'm here to help? Nothing back.
That's-
What about
I-
Rhonda Bugan? Rhonda's,
Hmm.
been very much involved in fundraising. Do you know her? I could send her an email to say.
I don't know this to be true, but the work the historical committee is doing, that building downtown, maybe rumor, they don't have enough money to finish it. Have you heard that at all?
I know it. I'm the treasurer of the Historical Society.
What el-
It's our
Oh.
building we're working on.
So why don't they come?
No,
They can't.
I'll put it this way. They got money for the Fairing Tavern.
Mhm.
They have not given us a historic preservation restriction.
Yeah.
They got money for the meeting house. We're still waiting for the historic preservation restriction. They got money for the post office. We're still waiting for the historic preservation restriction.
So
So they're not,
does she
Not
know that she
cooperative.
can't come before us again?
She knows, she says I will not go, yes, she has said she will not come back to CPC. She had looked for independent funding for this. Unfortunately, our benefactors both passed away before they could finish the paperwork. We were committed money. And we're looking for, she being the president of the Historical Society is looking for alternatives to assist with funding that.
Aren't there issues about historic preservation restrictions anyway? I mean, have we talked to
Well,
Stuart Saginaw?
they're
Because
required.
they're almost impossible. I mean, if you burn down Fairing Tavern, what
Uh,
do you do?
Years ago, we had an attorney come before the Historical Society. If we were to modify our bylaw in such a way, we would be covered. That's never been done.
So
Why don't
we
we
need to
do
go
it?
back there and do that,
Hmm.
Then
right?
speak to the Historical Society.
We're speaking to her.
We're speaking to it.
I keep bringing it up.
Yeah.
Another alternative is when we came for funds for the chapel. On town meeting floor, George Barrett made a motion that we didn't have to do a historic preservation restriction. It passed. And I've said more than once, why don't we go back and go and have that same type of wording done for those other 3 properties to relieve it? It's never been done.
How
Never
hard is
been
that?
done.
I mean,
Whose initiative is it that has to, who has to?
I'm
that
only,
one?
it has to come from the president. I've said it several times. I physically cannot write the grant
Right,
because of my position here.
right.
I've made this suggestion that that can be done, but I can't get it moved forward. I do not have a lot of support out of the board
Doesn't make
or the
sense.
officers of the Historical Society.
Hmm.
They have an option, change the bylaw. They have an option, come before town meeting and have the HPR requirement relieved. But
Can I, just like, I don't know the issue, with the bylaw, is it a one-time, or is it to actually change the bylaw and have it voted on at town meetings?
no, nothing to do with town meeting.
Okay, so
It's
changing the bylaw,
It's totally within the Historical Society.
so
All right.
it's the historical commission's bylaw.
No, Historical Society.
Society bylaw, oh.
It
We're
says 3 different
totally
ones.
independent of the town. We have no relationship to the town.
It's a non-profit.
Historical Society,
It's just their bylaw?
it's their bylaw. And the bylaw gets changed every once in a while, we come along, we make the change to the bylaw, presents it to them, all the members, and they get voted on at our
Yeah.
annual meeting.
But it's just for the committee, not a town.
It's a shame, I mean, the money's
Historical
sitting here
Society.
helping.
It's
Right.
just the bylaws for a nonprofit
You
organization.
got it.
How hard is it to do?
It's not hard.
Modify.
If that's all it is, somebody just drafts it, you vote it, and it's done. It's not a big issue, technically.
No, I think,
But you have to get the votes.
right,
Somebody has to do it and present it, I think.
It's been written
It has been written, but they.
from our attorney years ago, and it just hasn't been
Interesting.
moved forward.
Oh, wow, that is so odd.
To the point that part of it was to make sure that the buildings would retain its historic preservation forever. One of the things we came up with, we had an HPR for Fairing. It required us to insure it for total replacement. Now you tell me how we can replace a 1690 building. Then we'd have to have someone who holds the HPR for us, which was another whole issue.
Right.
And so nothing was been done. I mean,
Okay,
But other towns
there was
have
just
had
no
to
way
deal
I
with
can
this.
think about replacing that
right.
requirement.
It's just-
So to me, the easiest
Seems
way about it
strange
is
they
a
won't-
town meeting article to rescind that requirement of the HPR for the 3 buildings for the Historical Society. To me, that would be the easiest way, since they voted to do it for the chapel, they should do it for the other 3 buildings.
Oh, excuse me.
It's not as if we put a lot of money. The fairing, I believe, the work done on the fairing was on the front of the building, and it was less than $8,000. But
Who would need to bring that petition to town meeting?
Historical Society would have to do a citizens article.
Yeah,
yep.
But nobody will do anything, sounds like.
Well, I'm not,
I mean, I know
I
you
keep
can't,
asking.
you can't say.
I mean, I can't, maybe behind the scene, but I would need support of the board members.
yeah.
Right,
Does it, just now that we're talking about it, can it be any group of citizens bringing the petition, or does it have to come from the society itself?
Any group.
That's right, that's what I, yeah,
It's
any group.
citizens petition is
Right.
anybody.
Right, that's what I thought.
Mhm.
So the
Yes.
board could
But
object if
you're right.
other
There
citizens-
isn't enough money. Our donors both passed away, they promised the money and didn't finish the paperwork, writing their name on the check, and they gone.
all right.
All right,
Whatever.
Because I'm trying to think, what did we get? 45 $450,000.
But you don't really need them now if you follow these other,
No, but they're talking about the Kendrick Museum.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The roof
The
is
roof-
taking the money.
The roof and the
Well, no, the roof, the windows, and the siding.
siding.
Mm.
So, and then because it is an historic district,
Yeah.
there were requirements to have a certain type of windows,
Right.
which were viewed from the road, which were extremely expensive when waiting for them. But the roof had to be done because it was compromised. When they took the siding down, there was a tremendous amount of rot and, that has to be cleared up and whatever. So that once you took the envelope down, it was surprising at how bad some of the components side of them.
That happens very
Or
often.
not surprising at all.
Sitting there year after year.
Yeah.
So,
And,
Right, you get rot, you get termites, you get
Yep.
Yeah.
all these things.
or things that weren't done
Nice.
back in the 50s when the house was worked on, not done correctly, and one of the walls collapsed 18 inches.
Mm.
So, okay.
All right,
So so I don't know what to do with that. I try, I am the treasurer, so I'm well aware of our funds issues, yes.
Been there, done that.
Who are
You
the
need
other
the support.
members?
You need
Is
the
there
support.
anybody that
Not,
anyone knows that we could work on besides Angie and?
no, I think part of it is we do have members on these various committees who can emphasize the fact that they should apply
Mhm.
I
and
mean-
take advantage of CPC.
Especially-
one of the things I found while researching for the community garden is that a lot of towns have had their open space. So Open Space is going to be working with the town to submit a grant request to do the open space plan, which expires in 2024.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
I
good.
mean, Patrick's done a
And the
tremendous amount of work
calendar,
on it and
yeah.
whatever, but we really, to have a professional help finish it up.
Yeah,
So we should be getting a grant request coming from Open Space through Mr. Sullivan for funds to do the Open Space and Recreation Plan. It's a 7-year plan and ours expires in 2024.
yeah. Certainly one of the things that we need, which I think, the more I think about it, the more multi-purpose it can be, is to do a really good comprehensive survey. You know, we do a survey where we ask people what recreation and open space facility or assets they use, but you never get that much of a draw of a response the way we've done it. But so there are professional ways to do it.
Yes,
And I used to head up the Office of Survey Research at the University of Massachusetts Medical School for a while we were recruiting new directors, and I've actually set up a meeting with the new director there. She's been there for now 8 years, and just pick her brain, and they're a nonprofit, a medical school, and see what ideas she would have for doing a comprehensive survey. They do a lot of different kinds of survey research, and as a nonprofit, we might be able to do better.
Mhm.
But we'd have to bid it out anyway, because it's,
yes,
but just to get ideas, I think it would be really good, at least as I look at it, to do a survey that not only is really specific to the kind of the assets that we have in the town right now, but to get some whoosh perspective. What do people want, and
so
to try
looking
and,
ahead,
yes, and try and penetrate better than just, will you please fill this out? Really do a mailing, send it out to people's houses, and say that this is really important for the town, and it's really important for grants, and that kind of thing.
Does anyone feel that it would be beneficial to have a recreation department as we did in the old days? There's a lot of recreation in this town, but it's kind of a jumble.
Well, yes, but and it is a real problem, because no one
Is it too
really has
expensive? I mean, what's?
Authority,
authority
oversight.
or
Yeah, should we
focus
have
to
one?
not do something to fix something that isn't broken. I mean, municipal maintenance does an unbelievably good job of
taking care of stuff.
I mean, better, so much better over the last 5 to 6 years than they've been in the past. They do a fabulous job, but it's only just fixing what's broken, and it's getting on their agendas kind of Byzantine, you never
I was
quite sure how
thinking
you.
more,
Yeah, you have
not,
to get to Dave Menard and get on the agenda and,
but he's not recreation per se. I mean,
no, but
Right.
he's the de facto recreation
Yeah, but
department.
it's fallen to him because we don't have anything else.
Right,
I mean, if we'd had a recreation department when this whole golf course thing came up, it
They could
would've been
start
a
looking
lot
ahead.
easier.
correct.
And you can look ahead because people, I mean, you got pickleball, you got a lot of stuff going on here that wasn't happening
And,
probably 10 years ago.
yeah,
I
and
mean, the only reason I'm on this committee is because John Wild got me on the recreation department.
right,
And, you know, he was trying to do some stuff over at, what are the fields up there by Charlotte Furnace, you know, the whole
West-
complex.
Westfield.
Westfield.
Westfield, he wanted to clear out Spillane and have Spillane not used by tigers and others, he wanted them up at.
right,
Anyway, that's neither here nor there, but, and then it kind of crumbled, there was a young woman running the river
Yeah.
program, and she
then,
left town,
and then it left.
and then the whole recreation thing went,
Budget cut.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
That was at the
maybe it
the
should at
darkest.
least be included in some kind of survey or.
Well, I think that's part of the questions, and
Yeah,
part of it is part of it is really what do you use? I think we need a really good picture of what people actually do use, and the only way you get that is to really penetrate.
ask, in a way that
uh,
people will
the bigger
respond.
population, you know, get an address database and send out the surveys to people's homes and
Yeah.
make it easy for them to respond. And then not only what do they use, but what do they prefer, and, you know, and what would they like to see? And get some understanding of what the demographics of users and.
But now's a good
interested people
time.
is.
I mean,
Yeah.
Now is a
the
good
town
time.
is turned the corner.
Yes,
We're in a lot better shape than we were. All the old liabilities basically paid for. You know, going forward, and Derek is very aware, he's making his own plan on what he feels the town needs for the future. I think that should be part of it,
it has to be part of it.
yeah.
I mean, I think just, that's actually something that's a very specific action that I don't think we've done with the open space plan, but it's actually to interview the town administrator, because the town administrator has so much authority to make plans, so their perspective needs to be in a plan.
And there's some key people, Stuart Downey is amazing, if you
Yes.
know him. I mean, he's just out there, what else can we do? How can we engage more people, doing more sports? Basically water related, but, you know, you have a few creative thinkers like that, and
Right.
it
So there's
probably would be worthwhile.
Getting
Or-
a CPC grant
Yeah.
to be able, and, you know, surveys are not terribly expensive, they can get very expensive. But a good survey that has a large database and mailers and return mailers, and nonprofits get a discount, certainly, but it's still gonna be $25,000 to do it right. And that's, for grants, is fairly small for our
That should,
grants.
that should come from the town,
Yes,
and that's something that Derek should push,
Yeah,
yes,
yes.
And open space will push him.
Right.
It has to, yes,
He needs
the
a push from
foundation
the
has to
committee.
come from open space, and Derek has to do his approval.
Right,
and we have to put a good idea in front of it.
mhm.
yep. All right. Anything else that we want to address at this point?
You have,
Did-
you might want to announce that we have an opening for a playground this weekend.
Oh, yeah,
Well, that's right.
That's right.
Shangri-La?
Shangri-La
Shangri-La.
has its
Saturday?
formal opening Saturday, 12 to 3.
And it's not easy to find. It's one of the more difficult playgrounds to find.
Is it right on the corner?
It's definitely on a corner. It's a corner of
Yes.
a corner of a corner.
You can see
It's
it
off
off-
of Plymouth Road.
Yes, you can see it on the corner. If you're seeing it on the corner in the hollow, you've gone the wrong way.
Right,
Say
Right,
that again?
If you're seeing it on the corner, it's in the hollow, you've gone the wrong way. You
Oh,
yeah.
can't get to it from the top of the hill.
right.
You have to come along for,
Through the middle.
I can't remember I put in my email the street address.
I know
21
it's Spillane, I think, isn't it?
Nope,
No,
nope.
no, isn't it
21
always
Sunset.
Spillane?
I think
Oh, Sunset, that's
Sunset maybe?
Yeah,
I think it's 21 Sunset Boulevard.
yeah.
And it's one of those things you have to take you come along Plymouth, then you take a left, then you have to take a right, then you have to take another left and a right and whatever it is, because you run up against a one-way street sign and, yeah, and it's,
Other signs saying
No.
Shangri-La.
oh,
No, maybe there might be Saturday.
They might
Maybe
be
we might be
close.
blessed, but it's just, it should be.
Carol Melanson has done a great job with that
Yeah.
playground, she really has. And
Yeah.
right now, she has, dealing with, somebody broke the plexiglass on the kiosk.
Well,
Oh,
Somebody has written graffiti inside of the shed there, what is it, pavilion.
Pavilion.
So she's trying to sand that off and then she'll
Over.
polyurethane it to keep it from happening again. She says, he signed it. The kids signed their name on it and then it's going out
Are
on
the cameras
social.
there?
Hmm?
Are the cameras viewing all these antics?
Oh, but no, the kids signed their graffiti,
oh, all right.
so.
No, yes.
It was very disappointing to hear that that type of destruction has already started.
Yep. So we should plan on going there on Saturday.
Yeah,
Very good.
Yeah.
All right,
busy weekend,
yes.
Oyster
Um,
Fest.
Monday, don't forget, it's Memorial Day weekend. They're going to be starting their services at, what time? At Center Park.
The study at Dudley Brown, 8:30.
Do they start at Dudley Brown?
I'm pretty sure it starts at Dudley Brown, ends at Center.
Because it always used to start at the main, at Center Cemetery.
All I can tell you is Sarah's going to Dudley Brown at 8:30 Saturday.
Okay.
So she's not coming with me to Shangri-La.
Oh, I thought the services would be on Monday, Memorial Day.
The Oyster Festival's in
Oh, Oyster
between,
Festival's
isn't it?
Sunday.
Oyster Festival is Sunday.
Sunday.
Memorial Day is Monday. and that's-
Correct,
Right,
Isn't that when they do the various cemeteries?
yes.
Okay,
yes.
so I don't know what Dudley Brown did. Anyway,
It's starting there, there's multiple, I think there's
It's
5
not a
stops.
parade, is there?
always has been 5
Right.
starts. We go to Center Cemetery, we go to St. Patrick's Cemetery, we go to Center Park, we go to Dudley Brown, then we go to the War Memorial at Town Hall. Those are the 5, I think. Did I name all 5?
I
Yeah.
believe so.
Yes.
So it always starts at the center.
All I can tell you
Cemetery.
is that what I believe is happening.
But I was hoping it would be in Wareham Week, that there'd be some formal announcement as to, because Alan and I go, and some places, I know we also stop at Agawam Cemetery.
Yep.
4 people.
4
Yeah.
people, that's
Would
it.
you drive from place to place or
Yeah, we
walk?
drive, no, we drive from place to
Yeah,
place.
if you walked, you would.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay,
so we should check, it's probably in Wareham Week, it should be.
so,
All right, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
hi,
Aye.
Anyone
Time is.
opposed? Very good, thank you.
6:39.